Hey friends, so in today's video we'll be discussing about GPCR or G protein coupled receptor. So this GPCR is basically a cell surface receptor and they are extremely important for cell signaling and hormonal activity. So there are three G proteins which are very important, or we can say G proteins contain three subunits, so alpha, beta and gamma. This alpha remain associated with the GDP, so this alpha GDP is basically inactive form. When it gets converted into alpha GDP, it becomes activated. We'll discuss it later. So there are three G proteins or three subunits of G protein. Now there are sometimes GQ and GT. This GQ is also associated with the phospholipase and basically phospholipase C, which is present in our tongue, and GT is associated with the rhodopsin, which is present in our eye. This is present in tongue and they act as taste receptor. Okay, and this GT rhodopsin, they are present in eye and they are basically light receptors. So next we will discuss about the structure of this GPCR. So this is a G protein coupled receptor. So there will be a receptor and a G protein. Let's say this is the receptor and this is called the GPCR. This is the NH2 and COH part, and we have now G protein. So we have alpha, we have beta and gamma, as I have already mentioned, three subunits of G protein, and alpha is now associated with GDP. So this is basically inactive form of G protein. And now there is no signal molecule. When signal molecule is present, the above case there is no signal molecule, but now we have, let's say, signal molecule attached to the NH2 part of the GPCR. So this is the signal molecule. So there will be a response at the COH part of GPCR, and as a result this alpha GDP will be converted into alpha GTP and it will get detached from beta gamma and will become activated. So the whole G protein is now activated. Now this alpha GTP will go and bind to some effector enzymes. Let's say one example is adenylate cyclase, and when adenylate cyclase is activated by this alpha GTP, it will cause the production of secondary messengers. So active effector enzymes are producing or generating secondary messengers. Hope you all know what are secondary messengers. They are basically low molecular weight signaling proteins, which or signal molecules which are associated and very much important for signaling cascade or signal transduction, right? So this is a basic idea about the mechanism of GPCR. Okay, hope you understand this thing. Now we'll discuss about GQ, which is associated with phospholipase C. What happen in case of GQ phospholipase C is, let's say this is GPCR, this is the signal molecule, there is a response, and G alpha is associated with the GTP, so G protein is now activated. This alpha GTP will bind to PIP2, which is basically the phospholipase C. This PIP2 will be converted into IP3 and DAG. This IP3 will cause the opening of calcium channel of endoplasmic reticulum. Open the calcium channel of endoplasmic reticulum and calcium will go out from endoplasmic reticulum into the cytosol of the cell. These calciums are actually the secondary messengers, and this DAG are directly can activate the protein kinase C, okay, or PKC, and this calcium as secondary messenger can also activate protein kinase C. So as a result there will be some signal transduction, and this is the whole thing. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.